Hey boys, wanna know where I'm sitting right now? I'm sitting in my father's seat. When he preached at this church, this is where he would sit every Sunday. Look down on my family over there, and me all the way in the back. Let's go all the way in the back. Yeah, I'd be in the back row over there, just passed out. Crazy. Just how time and everything works. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who asked me about that my trip to the hospital. Ultimately, I'm getting up there in age and found the lump, but I hadn't gone and gotten it checked out to see what it was. Because let's be real, when we find lumps, where's our first mind go, right? Where's our first thought? And well, it took my brother really laying into me. Shout out Jeff, for me to decide to go and, you know, make sure there's no what's the name? There's no it wasn't cancer. And thank the Lord, it wasn't. But after realizing that it wasn't, I started to become a little melancholy because a part of me wish it was. Because then I'd have a stronger grip. I mean, no man knows his expiration date, right? But I got to tell you guys, this has been one of the hardest years, if not the hardest year of my entire life. And I'm still struggling through it. I really am. I blame a lot of different things. Like, cause yeah, I have no interest in continuing doing the whole, oh, attractive woman says stupid thing content. I'm not really trying to play into anybody's hype train when it comes to many of the issues that we see. Because, like, let's take the whole Carmelo Anthony situation where the young man had killed the other young man. He needs to go to jail, done and dusted. But you have all these race grifters, right, who are like, "Oh yeah, no, 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 Austin deserved it. You're sick." Or the situation with the new situation with the Shiloh woman, where her child was apparently getting like a black child was taking something from her child, and she called the child the N-word. Once again, it feels like one of those race grift things. And both of them, Carmelo and Shiloh, got like $500,000 in fundraising. It's crazy, the world that we live in. But then again, not so much. Because, I mean, let's say you got are those who truly run the world, they have a vested interest in keeping people, like at each other's throats when it comes to race. And me personally, as a black man watching what took place over since 2020, I mean, yeah, I've warned on this channel multiple times that that's how you build resentment. And well, when resentment does start to reflect upon itself. So when I see situations or hashtags, whites not scared anymore, like I'm just like, yeah, naturally, because it's a whole bunch of jackassery just eating itself. It's a snake eating its own tail, and I'm not really interested in that. Here at my family's church, we had a community baby shower yesterday, which I was here for. Not for the baby shower, but to walk with my brother. We have our little brother talks on Saturdays, and I ended up helping out a bit because I'm a man and that's what we do. But the question pops up, like, I was speaking with one of the presenters, and she was telling me how young women don't know that they're not supposed to drink when they're pregnant. And I'm just like, have we gone that far? Have we truly been so infantilized, right? Is our community and our culture so just hot garbage that you have to tell somebody who has a child growing inside them that they shouldn't drink or smoke or do or eat sushi or any of the other things that, were common knowledge only 10 years ago? Are we serious? Are we serious? And then we sit around and wonder why things, particularly in urban, because I don't want to say black communities, just in urban America, don't get better because of the infantilization. And that comes after generations of this point of fatherlessness, of places like this very church not respecting the fact that, all sex outside of marriage is a sin. And sorry, gays, but God still sees, the state can call it whatever it wants. God still sees that as an abomination, so you don't count. And had we, as a culture, maintain that respect, that responsibility, then none of this would be an issue. And how do you dig yourself out of this hole? Well, man, go hard back the other way. Because we've gone so far left and so far crazy towards the liberalness that you literally had a presidential candidate whose platform was abortion. One of the most evilest evils to ever evil. It's disgusting, and it's heartbreaking, and it's infuriating. So, ultimately, I'm pretty sure you guys can hear all that. Yeah, guys, middle of Newark. It's always going to be the case. But, yeah, it's been a rough go. I'm not going to pretend like it hasn't been. And once again, a portion of this video is really just as a thank you to everybody who reached out on the post and said, you got this. Thanks, guys. And once again, I am grateful that it was just a skin growth, because the doctor looked at it for 2 seconds and was like, it's a skin growth, you're fine. Because they did the whole radiation bit. Well, not radiation, but they did the x-raying, and they couldn't find anything in the x-rays. And that's because I'm like, yeah, I got to stand up and then, search around for it a little bit. They're like, yeah, that's just a skin growth. You're cool. I'm like, oh, all right, bet. Great. So, thank you guys. Thank you. I'm appreciative of it. And thank God. One of the reasons why on the channel and in life you rarely hear me speak of my faith isn't because I'm not a believer, or, like my soul is so tainted with sin. No, it's just God's name has been used and abused so much that even when I hear it, whenever somebody comes to me like, oh yeah, God, I'm just sitting there looking at them like, yeah, all right, whatever. How are you going to try and screw me over? Because, and this is something that me and my brother, we talk about when we have our walks on Saturdays, is how, it's been used and abused to no end. And there's no, and we have so many people, so many false prophets, so many people out there who happily just take the Lord's name in vain, and how we aren't a serious religion anymore. But whether you like it or not, America is a Christian nation. Make no mistake about it. This country believes that Jesus died for our sins and is the only way towards salvation. We happen to after the Crusades, decided to be much nicer people about it, and say, hey, you can do your thing over there. Just recognize that ultimately this nation does have a set of values and morals that even the most, there's a reason why those who enter the prison systems end up, getting harmed in ways that I still don't agree with, but there is a moral core. There are a set of values that actual Americans do believe in. And those are my people. But my people have been getting replaced for the longest. And I feel like a dinosaur with my old man views of life, but I got those old man views from the man who sat in the seat that I sit in right now. Thanks, Dad. I love you. And thank you for sticking around this long. Till the next one, boys.